Okay. You just give me a nod and let me know when we live.
I'm sure we're live now.
Oh, we're live here, yeah. We're on the Twitch. It's the Sauce Wall giving you the ish. We've got with the merchandise. It's 7:30-ish. Welcome to the Sauce Wall.
7:30-ish.
Here we go. 7:30-ish. It's issue 81. Did you say 81?
Indeed.
81. That is not the amount of days we've been in quarantine. It does feel like it. You are doing well. We are all doing well. Geeks, nerds, and general public. Just keep your head up, read your comics, and tune in here to the Sauce Wall.
Yeah.
How is everybody doing?
Doing all right. You just fun this self-isolation.
Yeah.
Yes, indeedly doodly.
And just occurred to me, I can't get no, there's things I can't get.
Yeah.
I did some shopping yesterday and pretty much everything's gone, man. I did manage to get a few things that I needed, but what I actually really wanted was some ginger.
Oi, it's mad out here.
We got ginger here. I'll make sure that I'm doing it.
Right. It's like,
you got to go to those little back shops around the corner that no one, you know what I mean? Those little Turkish shops, those little rundown.
They're rip-offs.
I know.
You know how they're rip-offs? Sorry, we'll get to comics in a second, people. My mum goes to Costco. She usually buys this big, and this is how she shops, doing what these people are doing. She usually buys this big bag of rice. But Costco didn't have it. So then they went to one of those shops that you were talking about, and they had it, but they were selling it. So it's usually like £11. These
Foes.
Wait, £14. And we know they blatantly went to Costco. Anyway, who's reading comics? What's going on with comics? Who talk about some comics? What do you want to? When you want to hear about some Spider-Man, some Superman, some Meteor Man. You want to hear about Meteor Man? Come on.
Oh, original Meteor Man, we miss you. Yeah, what we got planned today, Mitch? Hit us up.
Well, we're not going to start with comics. Actually, basically today, because everyone pretty much is in quarantine right now. Everybody's in quarantine, so we haven't really got that much news. So we got a little treat for you guys after a couple of news headlines that we have for you. But what we do have, actually, I was going to say, what I've been doing, I just recently got Disney Plus because it came out on Tuesday.
Yes, how is it?
Yeah, it's actually, it's not too bad actually, but when you go on it, it's like, it's just, it's all Disney and a few Fox stuff.
Can I say something on that?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I just read an article. Apparently, Simpsons fans are going a bit crazy because on some of the older episodes of The Simpsons that are being put on Disney Plus, you're missing some of the jokes, like some of the visual jokes, because they've had to stretch it out to fit whatever picture format they have. So
that's a bit.
Simpsons.
Yeah, you're gonna get that, man. You're definitely gonna get that. So like they cut stuff out.
But
I'm sure they're missing some episodes as well.
Probably. But do they have the thing like with Netflix where you can bring people onto Disney, or is it just no? You just have your Disney and then that's it.
No, you've got it's pretty much like Netflix where you can make 3 or 4 different accounts on there as well.
Okay.
So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I've been watching Clone Wars.
Yeah.
I've been having that on in the background.
I've got a box set of that,
Have you?
I have. I don't know why I don't watch it. It's still in the sync wrap and everything.
Yeah.
Bust that open and watch it. You ain't got nothing to do but eat and watch TV.
I feel like I've started it so many times, and the beginning is just too slow for me. There was one dope episode that I remember seeing, and Ahsoka, she was dope in that episode, but yeah. That's where I got to know her.
I'm on season 2, episode 7 now. Actually,
does it pick up by season 2? Yeah.
Yeah, like I've had it on in the background because I'm working as well, working from WFH.
Everything's an anagram.
And yeah, it's been on in the background, and there's this dope episode. I know I missed it because it was just pure wars going on, just fighting and lightsabers and everything, and I missed that, so I have to go back and actually proper watch it once I've got some time. But yeah,
at some point I'm gonna have to binge that.
Yeah. But I'm doing that, and I'm catching up with Dragon Ball Super as well.
Dragon Ball!
Which is it's been alright actually. It's been alright.
Nice.
I like to. I like to watch my anime in Japanese.
Yeah.
Who
doesn't? Who doesn't?
Because I'm doing other things as well.
You got to dub it.
Yeah, I've got to dub it so I can just hear it. So I'm not just there like.
Well, I don't understand what the problem is watching. What's the problem with watching Dragon Ball in the English dub? We grew up watching Dragon Ball in English.
Yeah, but you guys grew up watching Dragon Ball in English. I was watching Dragon Balls back in the days where it wasn't on. Yeah, it wasn't it wasn't on any English terrestrial TV or anything like that.
I like how how this guy's talking like we didn't grow up together. You know, like I don't know,
bruv. Like, was you watching it though? Was you were watching it?
Of course, I was watching it. We used to watch it in English. They had it in Chinese. And
but we weren't watching it in English though.
No, we weren't. We were watching it in Chinese. I think we had the Chinese one. My brother Antoine got a. So I don't know how you got that. So don't talk to me like I don't know. I'm just saying.
What I'm saying is, my story is, I was watching it back then, and then when it came on TV, I heard the dub, and I was like, I can't get with this, man. It just sounds too corny, like so. I couldn't watch it, and that's actually when I started watching it.
Okay, well, each to their own. Yeah. Some of us like the original Chinese version, and some of us, grew up on the dub. It's fine.
But what I do like about the dub,
as long as you're watching it.
I mean, what I do like about the original is the lady who actually voices Goku. Because she's like 81 years old or something like that, and she's been.
That's amazing.
Yeah, she's been doing a voice since it started, pretty much, basically.
That is amazing. I love how all the women are just like doing voices of all the greatest men.
I just want to point out, we said Chinese is because we were actually watching it in Chinese. We're not ignorant. We know the difference between China and Japan. We were watching it in Chinese. Okay. We have a lot of Chinese friends where we grew up with, and they had it on Chinese.
Thank you. Yeah, it's dubbed in different languages.
Exactly. Just had to be. I could just imagine these people watching it. These ignorant black people. They don't know it. No, we were watching it in Chinese.
Dragon Ball's Japanese, right? Why are they saying it Chinese?
Amazing.
Anyway. So
what's after?
Right. So what I was trying to do, but we went on to Dragon Ball. I was trying to move from Clone Wars to the news, which is Ahsoka apparently has been cast for Mandalorian season 2.
You know how long I've been waiting for Ahsoka Tano to be live actioned. Live action. Tell me, wait a while.
Okay. Right. Okay. I'm firstly, I have to put Choco counts. This serious. Firstly, I'm happy for Mandalorian 2. I'm very happy. Yeah. Obviously, because Mandalorian. If you ain't watched it, Disney Plus is out. Watch it. I watched it on Disney Plus. I'm just saying.
One thing with that is, sorry, Karen's gone missing. One thing with Disney.
I'm here. I turned off the thing. I thought it might work better. I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. All right. Okay, go ahead.
Hold on 1 second. The one thing with the Disney is that they don't have all the episodes of Mandalorian, unfortunately. They've only got the first 2 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, just the first 2.
That's not how you binge.
I know. Well, it wasn't a binging show anyway. It was they brought it out every week.
Week?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, regardless, thank you for that update. Watch your Mandalorian season 1 because it's banging.
Yeah.
wherever you can. Just saying. So I'm happy to hear that Ahsoka, because she's a banging character, just in a, you know what I mean, just normally.
We didn't even say who's playing her.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that build up. I'm seeing it chilling. Like, you're gonna tell me.
Okay, right. So we have the one and only Rosario Dawson. Yeah, playing Ahsoka. Okay, it's two things. One. Wonderful actor.
Nice.
Brilliant.
That
Brilliant.
Confirmed.
Well, it's not confirmed because they haven't said anything officially, but in the grapevine, everyone's reporting on it.
So if she is good, however, my dad did bring up a very good point. He did bring up a very good point. He hasn't seen Rosario Dawson do action scenes, and I know it's like, okay, yes, that is an issue in terms of the acting side, but again, people can be trained. It's a thing, but then that's a small issue that you know what I mean is a thing.
Beat up ninjas in Luke Cage.
I mean,
one thing I would say,
Luke Cage is one thing.
One thing I would say to that is that fair enough, but I remember watching this YouTube video, and it was with they were basically it's like the difference between Western and Eastern fighting scenes, and they had the example of Jackie Chan and
send that to us.
And it was Jackie Chan just talking about how we film our action film scenes and the way they film their action scenes, and when you actually watch it, you can see the difference, and it's kind of annoying when you realize the difference. But I mean, it is, and I've noticed that with pretty much everything I'm watching now, and so for me now, it's like it doesn't really matter if the actor is trained at fighting or like professionally trained. They've always been fighting, like, but now they've got a role, then that adds to it. Because to me, if it's unless it's going to be something really, really sick, and it should really, really be sick, then it's not going to look, to me anyway, it's not going to look that great.
And it can't look bad, because Mandalorian set such a high bar just on a base level anyway. But sorry, my second point, I'm sorry to tell you. Right, it's good. It's nice to see she's going to be like an older version. Yeah. It seems like Ahsoka, which is cool. But my first initial thought when that news dropped was, oh, cool, I love that actor. But I really wish that, is it Samurai Da? The girl who was in Black Widow? Yeah. The one with that big effort. I just picture her as Ahsoka.
Really?
You know what I mean? If they were ever going to do something like that, I would love to see her play it. But I am excited for Rosario Dawson because I want to see what kind of maturity she brings to the role. So I am very excited about this. Yes.
She matured. Wait, hang on. What Star Wars show you watching, Rich?
Clone Wars.
Not Clone Wars.
No, she was in Rebels as well.
So that's it, Rebels. She's older. She's old. I haven't seen Rebels, but I know she shows up in that. And she's older.
So basically,
she's a bit older in that.
Basically, what it is that she's obviously from the Clone Wars. So that's before Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. But basically, what's happened now is that what the Mandalorian is, that takes place after Return of the Jedi. So apparently she's still alive, and so obviously she would be older than what she is in Clone Wars, or what we've seen her in. There was, I think it was at the end of Rebels. I haven't actually seen all of it, but at the end of Rebels, she kind of makes a cameo in there, and she is a bit older and like proper trained up and shit. So yeah, I mean, it should kind of. I think it should be sick. It should be good.
Yeah, no. And the fact that they're even bringing the character in is long overdue, and I'm just for it. I'm just for it. So it just
way
makes
overdue.
Yeah,
I would have thought that they would have put her in one of the new movies as like an older. Like, I would have got her to train Rey. I would have so got her to train Rey.
Yeah.
Yes.
And,
that would have made so much more sense. Oh my god.
It would have made sense. It would have made so much. Whatever.
We'll leave that. We'll leave it.
So the way that this all came about was a fan. I think a fan tweeted back in 2017, asking her asking her to appear in Star Wars as Ahsoka. And she
geek power,
man.
Yeah,
and she replied, yes please, #Ahsoka lives. And obviously the guy who does who works on your picture keeps going in and out, Kieran. It's quite so I keep trying to fix it.
Does it?
No, not going in and out. It's like on the OBS it's like going big and small, so yeah. I need to figure that out. But the guy who works on Clone Wars, he also directed a few episodes of The Mandalorian as well anyway, so he's the guy who created her basically, and he's directing episodes in The Mandalorian, so
it's his character and you can put her on his show.
That's nice.
So,
we're like, ooh,
to me
that's exciting.
She's like Star Wars is Harley Quinn, and by that, and I don't mean like today's modern Harley Quinn. What I mean is Harley Quinn was so popular in the cartoon that then they put her in like main continuity, and I feel like she's kind of getting that treatment finally. Where fans just love her instantly. So I think it's dope that she's gonna finally be in some live action shit.
Nice.
It's about time.
It's about time.
And Rosario Dawson, I think she'll be dope in the role for. I'm with this. Let's do this. Let's get some Star Wars or whatever.
Make Star Wars great again.
also, some extra news as well is that Michael Biehn. I actually can't remember how to pronounce his name. Michael Biehn has also been cast as a bounty hunter. Now, if you guys don't know who that is, that guy was Carl Reese in the old school original Terminator. So Sergeant Carl Reese.
Well, the original Carl Reese from the first Terminator movie.
And Hicks
cute.
from the Alien film.
Hicks! Oh, I love Hicks!
So he should be there, nice and gritty.
Woohoo! Oh yeah, no, he's a banging actor. This is gonna be so sweet. Oh, Mandalorian's taking over.
Isn't it? What if his Boba Fett?
I'd be sick if it was Boba Fett.
Boba Fett? Yeah.
I need the drinks.
That would be pretty dope.
Boba Fett got eaten, but what if he had like some sort of grenade that
I think
kind of blows up?
I think in the expanded universe, he escaped, and they've taken a lot of things from the expanded universe because they've cancelled. When Disney took over, they cancelled the whole expanded universe thing. So there was like loads of different stories, good stories as well. But what they've been doing is taking bits and pieces from that and kind of mixing it, putting it in a blender and kind of mixing it themselves, which is one of the reasons probably why the Empyre came back and you got all that business and all that. So
well, maybe Boba Fett cloned himself again and had a child of him, and then grew up a child and la 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 la. You never know. It's great. It'll be fun. Ooh, it's gonna be amazing.
Well, all I can say to all of that is may the force be with everybody.
Alright, so some kind of bad news for us comic folks. Basically, Diamond Steve Geppi confirms closure. So there'll be no comic books. Well, no comic books for us from this week, and no comic books for the States after this week. So
oh God!
So they won't be delivering any comics to any stores. So we can't even read comics during our hiatus from.
Not even digital comics. End of days.
It truly is the end of days.
Not even digital comics.
What's that?
I know.
Breaking up a little.
Okay, I'm going on my phone.
Okay.
Guys,
He'll be back.
I'm going out here and I'm going on my phone.
Yeah, but okay, so we got a few catalogs of comics, you know, the ones that we collected and didn't read because they're a bit much.
Yeah.
We can go through them. That's what I mean. But to not have new comics,
I know it's
painful.
Very painful.
That's painful.
Very painful.
He's back.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so much better. That's amazing.
I really need to get a tablet. Also, this computer is dying. It really is. I just can't deal with it.
Yeah.
The reason I use it is I can use my. Anyway, what's going on? We were talking about things.
Yes, we're talking about the fact that we can't get any more because the virus is upsetting our lives with this. Can't get comics. It's sad times.
Yeah.
You were saying about catalogs. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that I've got a back catalogue of the Flash, Red Hood and the Outlaws, Avengers, quite a few comics that I just haven't, and I've got the shelf over there of like graphic novels, and I think I've read one graphic novel off that shelf.
Well, help your fellow friends out, FaceTime them, and do a swap comic thing. Let them put the comic in front of the screen so you can read the comic, and every now and again be like, you turn the page. Yeah, just help each other out in these hard times of comicness, or go back into the archives.
This was me. I was like watching The Walking Dead one day, and I just thought to myself, oh my god, what if I can't read any more comics? I just set them aside. Here we are.
There we go.
We're here. It's come true. So he did a statement basically saying what's happening and stuff like that. Sorry, I'm still trying to move stuff around a bit, make it
it's okay.
a bit more presentable.
Do your thing, Rich.
1 second.
Lift music.
Okay. So this is his statement. This is what he said. He said, coronavirus effects on distribution. As everybody knows, the world faces ever-increasing challenges related to the COVID-19 pandemic. Its effects on the comics and collectibles and tabletop gaming industry have been felt far and wide. We are hearing from thousands of retailers that they can no longer service their customers as they have in the past. Many of them forced to close by government action or resort to in-person or curbside delivery. Even those still open are seeing reduced foot traffic in most cases, a situation that seems likely to worsen with time. Do you know what? This is actually pretty long. It's a pretty long statement.
Basically, we ain't getting no comics.
Yeah.
So might as well draw your own.
Much.
Draw your own.
Do you know what, Isha? You just made a valid point. So there was an episode of Doug. Who remembers Doug?
Yeah.
There was an episode of Doug where Doug and Skeeter were in on a rainy day, and they decided to make their own comic book. That's where Doug came up with Quail Man. And came up with Mosquito Man. And you know what? One day, me and my brother watched this episode. What up, Antoine? And we made our own comic book one day. I had this like Jurassic Park, back when Jurassic Park was new, kind of sketchbook. Had paper in it all over. So we just wrote a little comic book. We had like some superheroes in there, like Fireman and Waterman. Some superheroes in there. My point is, like what Isha said, make your own comic book. You could be the next generation of superhero creator guys.
I'm gonna set a challenge for us three here. Okay, I know we ain't got that much. Some of us working doing a thing. Yeah, this COVID-19. Yeah, I don't care how you spin it. Make your own like 5-page comic if you can, and draw it and write it, and then like in 3 weeks, because I'm giving some time. In 3 weeks, we'll showcase our little comics. On the podcast.
If I've got time to do that, yeah.
If you got time, that's fine. If you ain't, it's cool. It's all good.
You'll get a concept.
Yeah.
Yes, get a concept.
A character.
It doesn't matter if you draw some stick people, stick some pictures in there. Don't matter. Just a little 5-page little comic of COVID, of your version of COVID-19 2020. Let's do this because everybody's doing push-up, sit-up challenge. Let's geeks. Let's do this, and this for everybody else watching. Let's make your own little comic. 5 pages, not that long. There we go. Mini comic.
Yeah.
Mini comic.
Yeah, it is a bit peak times, as Sean says in the chat.
Everybody.
I think I got this from Twitter as well. There's a podcast I follow. It's a guy they're called Comic Conspiracy. Actually, they didn't have their podcast today. They're called Comic Conspiracy, and the guys, they work in the comic shop, and basically he said what they should do, and I think that's right. What the publishers should do is because they still got they could still bring them out on Comixology, put it online. And what they could do is allow you, and they should be doing this anyway, I think anyway, they should be putting it on Comixology. You can buy your comics on Comixology. It has a digital form, and then with that you can take it to the comic shop, or and pick up the hard copy in that case. Like you can probably have like a comic book shop that has a certain code or something, so when you actually buy your comic from Comixology, the money actually goes to the store rather than and then that way you keep the stores alive, because we still need our comic book stores, and keep the comic business going as well. So I think
there we go.
That's a good thing for them to do, because this thing is going to be lasting for a good month or two.
A minute. So, and we need to evolve with. That's what I'm saying. Like the infrastructure of society right now, the infrastructure we had before is dead. We need to start building a new one, because
that's it.
You never know, you know what I mean? And things that should have been in place ages ago, you know what I mean, are not. And by the way, we've been doing social distancing, the source before all of this. You see all of this? This has been social distancing from 81 episodes ago. Okay? We're ahead of the curve. So man, So you ain't got no excuse not to do no podcast. Remotely do this, keep it going. But man, oh well, never mind. Back into the archive. What's next?
Alright, so next we're gonna talk a bit about Empyre. Karen wanted to do a bit about Empyre. Originally I wasn't really on it because it was after what's it, the Thor War thing, the other event that we just left.
God, what was it called? War of the
Realms. That's it.
My mind went. That was dope. Anyway. So I was kind of like all out of jeez, my mind is going right now, man. Event books.
Wipe out Wednesday.
Event books. But I've been reading up about Empyre, and it does actually seem quite interesting, to be honest. So Empyre basically is supposed to be a space epic focused on the Avengers and the Fantastic Four, and it's a successor to the Kree-Skrull War. And the Kree-Skrull War, this happened back in the Silver Age, back in Avengers from issue 89 to 97 of the Avengers. So this was quite a while ago. So this is like a successor to that. The synopsis, they haven't really got a synopsis, but they did have something to. It's a synopsis, and I don't know. I don't know if anyone's read. Have you read Young Avengers at any point? I haven't.
No, I've not read it. I'm aware. Let's put it that way.
It's out
there. Young Avengers.
We will get to it. We will.
Young Avengers were pretty much Marvel's Teen Titans in a sense. Teen Titans. And just for the record, not even close as good. Like, I know they got some cool characters in Young Avengers, and I love my Teen
Titans, man.
Doesn't have the same feel. It just doesn't.
Nah.
It just doesn't.
Yeah.
To me, it doesn't even work. The team doesn't even work. They've got what to me personally, they got one great thing in Young Avengers, and that is Kate Bishop. Besides that, dead the rest of them. But anyway.
Well, they do have a character called Hulkling, and Hulkling is half Korean, half Skrull, from what I believe.
Bro.
Oh wow!
So and basically he is supposed to be the successor of an empire, one of the empires. I'm not sure which one it was because I haven't read it. But basically the synopsis is this: it says, "For as long as the universe can remember, the Kree and Skrull." Going back just to give you a bit of idea about the previous Kree-Skrull war that happened in Avengers. Basically, Earth. The reason why Earth was involved is Earth is in a good strategic position between their war, which is why they came to Earth and tried to take over and do things. Plus, the Kree kind of created the Inhumans as well, because what the Kree does, they kind of they do a lot of what's that?
Biomechanics.
Yeah, pretty much. They do a lot of breeding and stuff like that. So and if a society doesn't basically, if they're not up to it, then they'll come back and destroy them and stuff like that. So yeah, for as long as the universe can remember, the Kree and Skrull empires have locked in what seems like a never-ending war. But a former young Avenger has done the impossible, abandoning Earth, his fellow heroes, and the love of his life. Hulkling has united both intergalactic empires under his rule, and now he heads to Earth with one of the largest armadas the cosmos has ever seen. What happens next will be chronicled in Marvel's biggest event of 2020. Not as big as the Corona. Empyre, well, Empyre, as well as the essential one-shot Lords of Empyre Hulkling, written by Chip Zdarsky and Anthony Oliveira, with art by Manuel Garcia. Lords of Empyre Hulkling will show readers what led Hulkling on his bold new path and what his mysterious plans are.
I feel like they're gonna punk out on the endings to this.
Yeah.
I really do.
I hope
because Hulkling was he was one of the Young Avengers, and he's got close relationships with a lot of the other young superheroes. Obviously, not the new ones like Miles Morales and Kamala Khan and them. Yeah. Why are you laughing?
My cousin's on the chat. He says Hulkling's Corona Empire.
Put on bumps.
Oh,
go ahead.
Oh, days. Yeah, I feel like they'll have him do some stuff that will seem irredeemable, and then one of his friends. Who's he close with? Who's on his team? I can't remember. I think Scarlet Witch's kids are on his team.
Yeah, Wiccan.
Someone's gonna be. Yeah, Wiccan. I think one of them's gonna be like, "Come on, guy! Remember when we saved the world from that person, and it's all good, you guys." And then the end.
They don't say whether he's coming to take over Earth or anything like that. He might do, might not. I don't know.
That's true. I'm getting ahead of myself. If it's a situation where he's coming to take over, we're gonna punk out.
Yeah,
I think they'll punk out.
Yeah,
I'd be really impressed if they
don't punk out.
Really, if they just go through with Hulkling being this guy who united both of these races, and they're finally coming to Earth just to murk it. I'll be so impressed.
They ain't gonna murk Krakoa though.
Nah, man, they'll come to Earth. They'll have to self-quarantine themselves in that shit.
So, if you guys
came at the wrong time, guys.
If you guys want to read Empyre, you got the prelude that came out in December, called The Incoming. You got two others called Empyre Avengers issue 0 and Fantastic Four issue 0. Then you got the main book, which is Empyre. You've got 6 issues of that. Then you've got obviously the tens of tie-ins. So you've got.
I can't stand. Oh,
Man's got the tens of tie-ins.
There's mad tie-ins.
Yeah.
There are mad tie-ins to these things.
So
what a thing.
The tie-ins.
That's the name of the show right now.
Mad tie-ins.
Mad tie-ins.
The tie-ins are Captain Marvel issue 18 to 20, Avengers, Empyre Avengers issue 1 to 3, Empyre Captain America issue 1 to 3, Empyre Ghost Rider issue 1, Empyre The Invasion of Wakanda issue 1 to 3, Empyre Savage Avengers issue 1, Empyre Spider-Man issue 1 to 3, Empyre Squadron Supreme issue 1 to 2, Empyre Storm Ranger issue 1 to 3, Empyre Thor issue 1 to 3, Empyre X-Men issue 1 to 4, Fantastic Four volume 6 issue 21 to 22, Lord of Empire Celestial Messiah issue 1, Lord of Empire Hulkling issue 1, Empire of Lords of Empire Swordsman issue 1, at the Union issue 1 to 5, and X-Men volume 5 issue 10 to 11.
They had way too much time. Way too much time. You could have made a nice, fat, like, good series. You know what I mean? 1 to 10 of just a great series. But nope, you had to do tie. Is the story even finished? Is it coming to a climax? Okay.
Some of these tie-ins are like useless. Like not even worth it. Like I remember Civil War, and I didn't read it. But I looked into what the Wolverine tie-in was, and it had something to do with him going to like assassinate somebody or something. No. I'm like, what's that got to do with Civil War?
Yeah.
What is this? What's that got to do with are you Team Iron Man or Team Cap? Whatever, man.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's why I was like, I don't know if I want to read this because I don't. There's too many tie-ins, man. I ain't gonna read all of them.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of books to catch up on as well.
So you never know. Give it a go.
Yeah, I think I'll try.
When you're really bored.
Yeah. I'll try the main book. 1 to 6, I'll read it.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. I think I'll read the main. If I'm to read it, I'll read the main.
Yeah.
The only tie-ins I'll obviously read is because I already collect for which again I got a back catalogue of. I already collect X-Men. And what was the other one? X-Men, Fantastic Four.
What, the tie-ins?
Whatever.
Yeah. Take your pick. Captain Marvel, Captain America, Ghost Rider, Savage Avengers, Spider-Man.
If you're reading comics, you're gonna get the tie-in. You're gonna get the tie-ins anyway. So.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm assuming you don't have the script on your phone, right?
I do, but I can't read it right now.
On your computer.
No.
Let me quickly email it to you so you can have a look, because we are going to move on to our main events.
Main events. Dun, dun, dun.
So, like I said, we don't have that much news today. So what we decided to do. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera.
It's fine. We can hear your voice. Okay.
So what we are going to do is talk about Mr. Charles. Sorry, not Mr. Professor Charles Xavier.
Yes.
Basically, is he a villain? Because I think he's a villain.
It feels like it. Yeah. We wanted to do this for a long time. Just wanted you to say, because we have tangents about Professor X all the time, where the man is moving mad, and it's like, you say you're good, but you're kind of gaslighting everybody. So we're gonna just talk about him, and see if he's finally a villain, super villain, or ultimate villain, or hero.
I have always said, if it came down to it, I'm a mutant. I'm a mutant. Yeah, I've got mad superpowers. I've got mad X genes. Yeah, and I've got the choice. Xavier's coming at me like, join my team. We're gonna do this for the betterment of whatever. And then I've got Magneto, Eric Lenshaw coming at me, be like, "Bun this guy. He's on some BS. Look, we're trying to do for us. And you know that we get treated like crap everywhere around the world. I'm going with Magneto. He's honest. I'm looking at both their movements. And one of them's moving shady. Which one?
Yep.
Moving shady?
A little bit. Come on, Vince, break it down.
Yeah, break it down. Let me try and get my computer on so I can get emails.
What did you want to talk about this as well? How do you feel about Professor X?
Well, obviously, okay, look, it's a guy, yeah, who not only has mad mutant ability, he's basically like the Metachlorian in mutants, yeah. He's like the, you know what I mean, the Anakin Skywalker, it seems, of mutants, just on Earth, yeah. He is able to do a lot of madness, and he does, but he does it in small doses. So the issue is obviously he got a school, and he's got bare kids in the school, and he's like, all right, cool, you know, I'm gonna help you manage, your mutant ability. Yeah. So he kind of puts up blockades, like mental blockades, ones that you know about, or ones that you don't.
Ones we will talk about.
Which is yes, exactly. Which, you know what I mean? Which is an issue already. And then it's a thing of like, boom. If man can stop every human being on the planet and just have a conversation with them, why are we doing that? Yeah. Why? There's a lot of shady things that he does. I appreciate where he's coming from, but that's why Phoenix just be murking him off every 5 seconds. Like I don't know how many times she's killed this man. Like, but the thing is as well, is like, I've never seen someone who can come back so many times. So if man can't be destroyed, then I don't know. Yeah. And he's taking over people's bodies, invasion of the body snatcher. Are you good? Are you bad? What did you do? Like, there's just way too many factors that we need to get into right now, because Professor X be moving. That's why he's called Professor X. We don't know what the X stands. I know it stands for Xavier, but like, I swear there's like an undercut of the X as well. He's like, I'm doing some X-rated things and X stuff that I shouldn't be doing. So let's get in. Yes, get into it.
All right, so let's start off with the first. So this is a courtesy of. This is courtesy of. I didn't write the website down. I apologize.
A website.
So let's get into the first one. The first one is back in the days when he was in college. The guy was a cheater, and he cheated in sports as well. So right at the beginning.
What do you cheat? What do you cheat? I mean, like, if you've got mutant abilities like that, but wait, how did you cheat in sports? I know he could run before, obviously, like Juggernaut. No, the horse effed him up. But
so he would read his teacher's mind, so he'll pass tests and exams. He also became a football star by basically predicting the opponent's movement on the field. Football as in American football, not football as in proper football. You know?
Yeah. Fake rugby, basically. Yeah, that's basically. What it is. Fake rugby.
So, and he even dedicated a whole section of his room to his trophies. So there, in itself, you can see that this guy's got some damn issues, man. He's got some mad issues.
Oh dear.
He retired from amateur athletics because he claimed it was too easy. Too easy for a mutant, and basically, he just pretty much just got bored. So that's one thing. That's one thing.
Yeah. Of the many.
Now, I'll probably do that as well. Maybe, you know, when you're growing up, you kind of read the teacher's mind, cheat on tests and things. That's still cool. I can do that. I'll do that.
Yeah, man. But then it's a thing of like, does that make him intelligent?
That's the thing.
If he knows everything, if he can see everything and hear everything, like, does that actually make Professor X intelligent? And
does he retain that knowledge?
Yeah, how does he learn? Yeah, how does he learn if he can
read the mind?
See, there's already a problem. Okay, keep going. Right. I'm excited.
So his brain was used by Red Skull. It's not really his fault, but his brain was used by Red Skull for world domination. So this was at the end of Avengers v X-Men. This is where Cyclops actually killed him as well, because Cyclops had one of the part of the Phoenix Force. Actually, I think he got rid of that part of the Phoenix Force and just killed him anyway, because he was just fed up with it.
Phoenix is like bless. Go ahead.
So I missed that bit. You cut out a bit there.
Oh, okay. Never mind. It's all right, direct. I'll bring it back. Go ahead.
So yeah, the Red Skull actually took his body from the grave and started basically tampering with his brain and got the I think he got the, what was it, the not the Tesseract, the what's it called, Karen? The
which one?
The square
the Cosmic Cube.
Cosmic Cube, that's it. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, so he got the Cosmic Cube and basically had Professor X's brain implanted in him as well. So the Red Skull used his brain to control Scarlet Witch. Obviously, he tried to make her get rid of mutants, and that didn't work. He incited a anti-mutant riot.
Wait, what?
That was This was after the No More Mutants. This was after.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
She was the kid animated.
Yeah.
That would have changed the whole dynamic of that storyline.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was after that.
Okay.
He incited a mutant riot. He got Thor to turn on the Avengers teammates, and yeah, he basically turned into the Red Onslaught and started World War Hate. I wasn't really reading all this bit as well, all this all this event that was happening. But yeah, and again, like I said, it wasn't really his fault. So, but still,
okay. Well,
this is brave.
That one's a half.
It's half.
But I bet there was a strong part of him that was like,
yeah, let's do this.
So,
let's do it.
I mean, come on, his brain was used by the Red Skull for what? Now, yeah, fair enough. The Cosmic Cube played a big part in it. But did it though? Did it? Because Professor X, like, I'll take that excuse.
Yeah. Maybe he just wanted to see how much power he could accumulate from the Cosmic Cube and how far the Cosmic Cube could push his brain waves. So you never know. Anyway, carry on.
Next one, as you said, he's constantly endangering children's lives.
Every
single day.
Like every day. Like
he doesn't even. So he's got his X-Men, and he doesn't, and he trains them, which is fine.
Bear in mind.
First of all,
bear in mind. The way the mutant powers work, you get them at puberty. So you're getting them about 12, 13 years old as well. Wow.
Yeah, 12 to 13.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So he's getting these kids and making them little soldiers pretty much.
It's like now I know people gonna be looking at me and I'm gonna say this like, but you're wearing a Batman hat though. You're about to review the Robin comic. We ain't talking about Batman right now. We're talking about
we ain't. Batman's done a lot of ish too, so don't even go there.
He's got mental problems, that Batman.
Yeah, he has.
You know what? We could do an episode on Batman another time.
Yeah.
Talk about Professor Charles Xavier. It's like, what? First of all, why is he training these kids in the first? I get why, like in terms of comic books and superheroes, why he's training them. But like, the way I always saw it was that he had his first students, which was Cyclops, Angel, Jean Grey, Iceman, and then they grew up, and then he sent them out. That's how I saw it at first, before I knew my history properly. And then obviously. Then he's obviously got the school, and the ones that are at school, they learn school stuff, and then they go out when they get older. I didn't realize that he was just straight sending kids out to fight.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Terrorists.
Yeah,
and government fighting, like sending them out to like destroy government documents and all kinds.
Yeah, and as well how he screens the children as well, because that's like when I was like the first pilot episode of X-Men, the animated one, where like you know, Wolverine's like Australian or whatever. And and then when he found Kitty Pryde, because there was Storm, there was Wolverine, Cyclops. Was it Cyclops? No, there was Dazzler, Colossus,
Cyclops
and Nightcrawler
in there as well, I think.
Yeah, Cyclops. And Cyclops is in there. And like Dazzler, whatever. And he found her, and I was like, rah, like. So hold on, if there's bare like young children on the planet who are hitting puberty, why are you honing in on the most like disenfranchised?
We'll
you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm just like, your screening process is a bit mad. Like, and then you're going, it's a bit mad. Like, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was just gonna say that kind of got me going back to that. The whole, would I go with Xavier at Magneto?
Yeah. Mm.
And Magneto's honest. He's not trying to. I mean, he might. In the Brotherhood of Mutants, there's like, I can't think of any children. They're all
adults.
Of sound mind adults. He goes to people. Magneto goes to people who can think for themselves.
Yeah.
I ain't feeling the government. I ain't feeling the X-Men. We should be on top with it. And they'll be like, yeah, yes or no, basically. That's that. My man is grooming children.
He's grooming children, yeah. This is turning into like a Gary Glitter thing. Like,
wait, if this was the 80s, boy, jeez.
I think I need to send a little mutant boy to a hotel, and then do To Catch a Predator, an episode of To Catch a Predator.
It's crazy. No,
romantic.
No, when you really deep it, it's like, oh, and as well. Sorry, okay, no, finish what you're saying, and then these hypotheses in my brain. Go ahead.
My thought was just something like that kind of fed off of yours. This basically that he grooms kids, kind of brainwashed them to. Oh, this is just an outlook. I'm not saying I'm anti-Xavier, but I'm just looking at it from a different perspective, and it looks like he grooms children to go out and do what he wants, because he wants the world to be in his
and
necessarily think it's for the greater good. I feel like it's for his good, you know.
Yes. And just piggybacking off of that, my thought was like before, but like I was like, okay, so right, you're Professor Xavier, and you can control people's minds, If you're getting children from young age, do you stop infiltrating their minds, or is he continuously infiltrating his X-Men all the time to think that they're making their own
We'll get
decisions?
onto something, because there is. He's done that a couple of times.
Go ahead.
But one thing he does do to them, he always traumatizes them by faking his own death.
Yep.
So
why?
In X-Men issue 4, Professor X loses his powers and almost gets the X-Men killed by the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Later, he reveals that he never really lost them. He just wanted to test his students, just endangering them. To make matters worse, Xavier actually dies in X-Men issue 42. But it was actually a shapeshifter named Changeling. And then the real Professor X lets the X-Men all think he's really dead for 2 years. He didn't even apologize when he revealed that he had been alive all along.
No, he's a madman. He's like the villain of villains that isn't a villain.
It's like, and this is going back to the whole brainwashing thing.
Yeah.
Brainwashes these kids, and to test their love and loyalty, he fakes his death.
Mad.
Crazy.
Just kind of be like, I have to make sure that these children really love me.
Yeah.
And that these children would carry on my nonsense when I'm gone.
Yeah.
And also to see if they love me enough to accept me, no questions asked when I come back.
There you go. Do you remember? Okay, side note. Remember that what do you call the film Salt with Angelina Jolie? I know this is a complete tangent. Okay. There's a part in there where obviously this guy's like, we take obviously because he creates sleeper soldiers. Right. Yeah, and I feel like this Professor X just does this, has sleeper soldiers, but they're awake. So they were like, oh, so basically we get them when they're babies, and we indoctrinate them into all of the kind of mythology, all of that. So, but they have this unwavering allegiance to the ring and to whoever wears the ring. I feel like this is Professor Xavier, where he's just like, in order for me to have an agent, I need sleeper soldiers and I need awake soldiers who are asleep in every corner of the world. And I'm just like, he's a dictator. He's a dictator.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, he's died a few times as well. He's definitely died a few times.
And body snatched people's body. What happens to your consciousness when Professor X is in there?
Yeah.
Like, does he just put it to sleep, or does he completely eradicate?
They probably
you?
go to the white room, but that's the comic explanation for that.
They go into the void.
Just to catch up with the chat, my cousin's saying, basically, you're trying to say he's the R. Kelly of the Marvel world.
Okay, firstly, it's not that deep, yeah? Okay, because no, we are not saying that Professor X is the R. Kelly.
Not yet.
Okay, no.
But
yeah.
he is master manipulator. My cousin said master manipulator.
Yes.
And they all got Stockholm syndrome.
Yes.
Want to do a comic? I would love to do this and call it Surviving Professor X.
I'm not laughing. I'm going straight to hell. I'm sorry, universe.
It's
rude. It's rude. If anybody's offended by our jokes, we're sorry. We've been quarantined for a bit too long. I do apologise.
That is the title. That is the title.
Surviving Professor X. You lot are I'm not a part of this. I finished my tea, but I'm going to drink whatever's in here.
How dope would that storyline be? Yeah. So you've got look to it like Heroes in Crisis that DC did last year. You've got Cyclops, Jean Grey, just a few older X-Men, even Kitty Pryde and some of the younger ones. You've got Jubilee, just some of the younger ones, and they're talking about their time as an X-Man, surviving it. What Xavier would do to your mind if you failed a mission. That would be a comic to read.
That would be a
love to read.
There we go.
Write that shit.
See, look, there we go. See, look, comic book challenge.
Yeah.
Pitch that to Marvel as a
okay.
Surviving Professor X.
That's mad. You heard it here on the Source Wall, okay? Yeah, nowhere else. My day. Okay, but yes.
Okay. Next one. He's kind of responsible for the Dark Phoenix. Now,
he literally is. He literally is the father of the Dark Phoenix. Yes.
This is basically when a young Jean Grey came to the X Mansion. Charles immediately could detect that her mind was just as powerful as his, and maybe even stronger. In particular, he could sense Jean's Dark Phoenix side and knew how destructive it could be. So rather than teach her how to use it and control it, he meddled with her brain and attempted to lock it away, lock parts of her mind away.
It's Brightburn all over again.
There you go.
That's your business. There you
go. So, definitely surviving Professor X.
I get that. I'm not ready. Wasn't the sorry, I need water.
Go ahead.
Wasn't the Phoenix an entity though? How can he suppress an entity?
I don't know.
But when was Jean afflicted by the entity? Has she always had it? Because in different things, she's just like she got it and then she was born with it, and then you know what I mean. So it's just like there are different versions.
So basically, what happened? The way Charles Xavier, the way the Phoenix Force grabbed Jean Grey was when her powers manifest when her friend died in a car crash. And she was with her friend when she pretty much died, and she felt everything that her friend did, and the Phoenix Force sensed that Jean, because basically the Phoenix Force is an entity and it is a powerful entity, but what it does, it latches into a powerful host basically. So it might not actually be the actual Phoenix Force that he detected, but the Phoenix Force felt Jean when Jean felt her friend die, because her power just activated. So so she is powerful. She is pretty much the most powerful telekinesis. She's an Omega level mutant. So actually, was she on that list, Karen?
Yeah, I think so.
She's on that list.
Well, she should be. Yeah, she should be. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So
I think definitely.
So even if it wasn't the Phoenix Force that he suppressed, he suppressed her powers basically.
Yeah.
And when you read, I know it's back in the 60s, whatever. But when you actually read it, she was the damsel in distress. With, I mean, you got Cyclops who can shoot beams from his eyes. You got Iceman, who again is a Omega level mutant, but at the time he wasn't. Angel, who can fly, and Beast, who's strong. And she's always the one who used to get in trouble. She used to be like, help me, help.
Yeah. She's like my girl from Umbrella Academy, who was just there, bare suppressed, and then Tutu. Yeah. It's just it got mad.
She is, isn't it? She is.
That's it. That's exactly
it. And then she
her.
releases the Phoenix Force, and she's like,
boom! Yeah, and it was too much.
That's
there
it.
You go.
That's exactly
there
her.
You go.
So yeah, he's a comfort. Sorry. He's not a nice guy.
Choco Cat is looking at you, Rich. He's looking at
It's not good, man. He's
all my X-Men Marvel Legends, they just went.
Oh man, do you know what? I am being honestly, I am actually. He's going down on my chart. Like as we're going through this list, he honestly is.
That's the thing. That's the main thing. I actually I like
him,
Professor X.
Yeah. But actually getting it out, I think this is like the problem. It's a
good therapy.
It's a therapy
session.
session. Yeah, it is. Actually getting it out and what he's been doing. But
let's face it.
Sometimes you fall in love with your abuser and you don't know that you're being abused.
This is what I'm gonna say. We think about it. We have grown up, just like the X-Men. We have grown up with Professor Xavier.
Yeah.
Trauma.
We have survived with Professor X.
Yes.
I can't deal with the title. I love it. Anyway.
Okay. So
what we got next?
Next one. He brainwashed Wolverine.
See, this one is the one that gets me. This is the one that gets me because Wolverine, he trusted nobody.
Yeah.
I tell people who didn't really know comics that well, Wolverine was one of the X-Men that really believed in his Xavier's view for coexistence between humans and mutants. People forget. People are like, really? I'm like, yeah, Wolverine believed that. Just because he's like the that goes off by himself, but he believes in that dream.
Yeah.
And he already had the mental problems, and Xavier saw that and took mad advantage of that.
Yeah.
So
that's not good.
Talk about it, Rich.
So, in Wolverine Origins, issue 29, it's revealed that Wolverine was originally sent to assassinate Xavier as a member of the secret Weapon X experiments. Xavier, obviously able to read Wolverine's mind, sees the attack coming and thwarts it by brainwashing the aggressive Canadian in becoming a member of the X-Men. He removed a bunch of memories, implanted some new ones, and basically left Wolverine's brain a confused mess. But Xavier managed to get what he wanted, the most powerful weapon to fight for his cause.
See, this is why Legion is the way he is, because Legion is like, I ain't coming out like my dad, I even though Legion does some father-son stuff, but we're going to get to that. But see, how are you going to put implant mind? You're going to put implant, that's not good.
How it was like a big mystery. What is going on with Wolverine's history and
Yeah.
And then you think, it's because it's healing. Then they put it out there that it was his healing factor, that when he heals his mind, his head, it heals over his memories as well. But I'm like, but Professor X is already messing around with it.
Yeah. But as well, and that's another thing as well, is the thing of like, well, if Professor X has made you forget stuff and then implanted new memories, because of Wolverine's healing ability, his brain's probably trying to heal what's going on. So Professor X is having to do that all the time, because in order for Wolverine to continually to forget, like his brain's probably like going overdrive, like I'm trying to heal, and it's not working. Mad.
on a different level to Wolverine now, man. That poor bastard.
I know. No wonder he's angry all the time. He's like, I can't
No,
remember.
his brain. You can be angry. You've been experimented on. Had a really messed up history, messed up past, and then to finally go somewhere where he feels like he's belonged, and that itself is a lie. And he's still there. Like you're reading what's the X-Men comic we're reading? Well, X-Men. He's there. He's doing the thing. Doing it, man. That man needs to leave and join the Brotherhood of Mutants, man.
I need to see a comic where the X-Men turn on Professor X.
Well, that's the reason why Cyclops killed him in the Dark Phoenix.
Yeah. I need it to be like a whole school event. Like I need.
There's an actual another one where Shadowcat. I think it was Astonishing X-Men with what's his name? Oh, who did Avengers, the first Avengers, the director.
Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon. Yeah, Joss Whedon's X-Men, Astonishing X-Men. I think it was like the first issue, and Kitty Pryde comes back to the team. She busts through the door. You see the picture of her like that. She's like, Professor X is a jerk.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I think he's more than a jerk, love.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit more than a jerk. And we've seen him in the animated series go a bit berserk.
Yeah.
That time when he was flying around without his chair. Yeah. And the X-Men had to kind of tap his ass.
That was an entity.
That was Shadow King, was that?
I think it was Shadow King. But but I think it kind of it was going in his head and actually like revealing stuff, man. He was revealing some mad stuff.
He was doing mad stuff. Go ahead.
Next one, if you didn't know, he tried to kill his unborn twin sister.
I mean,
I know about that character in recent years. But she, in his defense, no, I was going to defend it, but how fucked up is a baby? No, I'm not going to defend it, because how fucked up does a fetus have to be to kill its twin in the womb? That's
so.
That means he's conscious of himself as a twin in the womb to know that his other twin is a possible threat. So he's trying to terminate it, or as twins do, one absorbs the other twin. Mad thing. Go ahead.
That shows how powerful Professor X is as well.
That's the thing. He was powerful as a fetus. And basically, he sensed that his twin sister would grow up to be evil. He forced her out the womb. And the twin, Cassandra Nova, was declared a miscarriage. Charles was born and would inherit the vast Xavier fortune.
Wow.
He knew what he was doing.
Wow.
Cassandra, with strong mutant abilities similar to her brothers, refused to die though. She spent over 20 years living in the sewers, slowly building a new body for herself in order to strike back at Charles. And the worst thing is, she managed to use Sentinels to destroy the island of Genosha, killing 16 million mutants in the process.
Wow.
And that's mad. That's even a story arc in the X-Men comics right now, with the whole rebirthing, the resurrection thing. They're trying to resurrect. There was actually one of the white pages, and it tells you that, like, with so many mutants that died, that they are resurrecting them, but there's like a time limit, and it will take a certain amount of time to bring all of them back. But yeah, 16 million mutants, man, because she wanted to get revenge on Xavier.
I need Cassandra to go one step further. I need her to talk to Storm and be like, look, boom, I'm in the sewers, give me the Morlocks, and we'll just expand the Morlocks. And I need Storm to be like, Dan, Professor's been but he's there's something wrong with him. Do your thing. I'm going to Wakanda. Ring me, see how it goes. Let's get it popping. Morlocks need to come up out of the ground and let's have a go. So, mad. Yeah. But how you gonna try and kill your twin sister? That's privilege. That's white privilege. For the fortune, Professor, man.
That's it.
Professor. What can I say? What can I say? And there's more.
There's more. He got a bunch of X-Men killed.
So many.
So
lied about it.
Actually, this is actually pretty messed up. Alright, so I'll read what the article said. So in Giant Size X-Men, Charles Xavier has to put a band of new X-Men team. Giant Size X-Men 1. Charles Xavier has to put together a brand new X-Men team. The reason, his original group is being held capture by Krakoa, the Living Island. However, we later learn that this new team is actually the minor leaguers, because Professor X already sent a new squad of X-Men to save his original team, only to see them horribly killed. Rather than admit the poor decision of making a bunch of mutants killed in action, he simply erased the memory from everyone's mind, like it never happened. One mutant managed to survive that failed attempt, though. It was Gabriel, aka Vulcan, who happens to be the younger brother of Cyclops and Havoc. Rather than have them find out the truth, Xavier erased all the memories of the youngest Summers siblings in the mind of Scott and Alex. When Vulcan miraculously returns from a space coma, it naturally creates a lot of problems for the huge rift between Cyclops and Professor X.
Sorry, before you carry on,
so basically, what had happened was you had Xavier with you got the original X-Men, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Iceman. They went on to do X Factor, and then basically you got Giant Size X-Men, and this issue was the one that introduced Storm, Colossus, Nightcrawler, Wolverine. Was it Warpath or his brother? But this,
I'm not sure.
This was the comic that introduced Wolverine, Storm, and everyone. Recently, it is kind of recent, but the story takes place back then. So recent was you had Vulcan. Basically, this was when Vulcan was introduced. I think this was during the. It wasn't Annihilator. It was like the Vulcan against the Shi'ar Empire. I think that's when he got introduced. But they went back and basically he had the team that he sent originally was Vulcan. What's his name?
What's he look like?
He can evolve to anything. So you tried to kill him, he'd evolve. Darwin. That's it. Darwin, and a couple of other characters as well, but they actually died. And the way that Vulcan actually survived was through Darwin, because Darwin evolved. So yeah, he basically what Xavier did was he was it them? I think what he did, he went over to Moira McTaggart because she was training those mutants. I'm sure it was Vulcan and Darwin and those guys. She was training them, but they were really new. So what Xavier actually did was he said, look, I really need them to complete this mission, so I'm gonna go in their mind and they're gonna do like a high-speed training type of thing. So he'll implant in their mind the training of years, but they've obviously never done the training. But in their mind,
coming like Tank from Matrix, like just download it.
Exactly. It's pretty much like that. What he did, he pretty much did that, and obviously they went over there. They got killed, basically. So he got the X-Men, the Storm and Wolverine, and Colossus and all that after. So
he's been trialing and erroring, like for like a little, like he's just been
trial and error.
You know what I mean? That's what he's been experimenting. Basically, he's been experimenting with putting together a team that works.
So, Karen, it was Deadly Genesis from 2006. That's when Darwin got introduced. Yeah, it was pretty sick. It was a pretty sick story. So, it was a retcon, and yeah, he, and there was a couple of other characters as well. There was Petra and Sway.
Aww.
A time manipulator called Sway, and a hyperadaptive Darwin, and a telekinetic Petra. So Petra and Sway died. Yeah. So there you go.
And there's more.
There's more.
I just want to recap real quick. Yeah. So just so people don't get forget.
So far.
Cheated in school and in sports.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
His brain was used by the Red Skull for world domination.
Mm-hmm.
Endangers children. Traumatized his students by faking his death multiple times.
Yeah. Grooms children.
Yeah, grooms them. Pretty much is responsible for the Dark Phoenix.
Yep.
Brainwashed, basically mind raped Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He put his unborn twin sister in the womb for financial gain.
Yep. Yep. And then left her in the sewer.
Left her in the sewer.
After they aborted her body and put her in the drain. Think about that.
And then got a bunch of his X-Men killed and lied about it.
Yeah.
And lied about it.
And experimented with loads of... What's next?
He's a really bad dad.
I mean, you think? You think?
I mean, come on.
You think?
David Holler, like you said, Legion.
Poor Legion.
Poor Legion. David Holler is a mentally broken and socially unstable person. He also happens to be one of the most powerful mutants to ever exist. Yes, he's an Omega level mutant. Capable of warping reality, manipulating matter, telepathic abilities, telekinesis,
time travel,
creating and controlling fire, splitting into multiple personalities, and time travel. Holler, more commonly known by a code name Legion, was the result of an affair.
Can you imagine an affair? Well, I mean, we can't expect anything more. I didn't even know Professor X got down like that. But go ahead.
His mother, Gabriella Holler, who was one of the professor's patients.
One of his patients. This man has no moral code.
No,
he has lost the word where like, doctors have to be unethical.
Yes.
He's
unethical.
Now you know why Magneto wears the shield on his head, because he knows.
He knows.
Professor X is be doing a madness. Carry on.
David grew up never knowing his father and was severely traumatized during a terrorist attack when he was young. The attack manifested Legion's powers into multiple personalities. A mentor like Professor X, who could teach David to control his powers and use them for good, is exactly what he needed. Instead, Charles only discovered the truth about his son after he already caused numerous catastrophes, killing thousands. Yep.
And then got to take and run them up.
Yeah.
All over the place.
See.
Poor thing.
I don't even know what to say on that one. I mean,
poor thing.
One of his patients, and the Xavier didn't even know the kid for like, what are you doing, Charles?
Yeah.
What?
Somebody have a word with Chuck. Like, Eric, talk to him, man.
Talk to him. He's not good, man.
I have yet to see Magneto kill Professor X, because I feel like, you know how like Wolverine kills Jean because like he's the only one. Like, but I know loving people have killed Professor X, but I feel like Magneto as your brother. I know he's like brother from another mother, but like he's the only one who could properly like murk you and know how to do it properly, so you don't come back. Yeah. Because you're doing a madness. You're doing a madness. And there's more.
There's more. Folks,
strap in.
Yeah. He enslaved a Sentinel being as a training exercise.
Wow.
Right, so explain this one to me.
So, you remember the... was it actually in the cartoon? The animated cartoon? Danger Room. The Danger Room, yeah?
Yeah.
But basically what happened was, you got the Danger Room, and something happened to the Danger Room. I'll read what they put in the article. Officially, the X-Mansion has a special training wing known as the Danger Room. It was a super fancy obstacle course designed to test the X-Men's abilities and prepare them for...
And before you carry that, everybody, the Danger Room where he puts his 12 and 13-year-old children to learn how to fight.
Basically. So it's a super fancy obstacle course designed to test the X-Men's abilities to prepare them for real-life battles. After the room was destroyed, Xavier decided to add in a bunch of upgrades to rebuild, enlisting the help of the mutant named Forge. And basically, Forge's mutant powers is he can pretty much fix anything technical. He creates things and don't even know what he can basically build up a Lego building without looking at the instructions. That's like his mutant abilities to technology. Amazing. So he got forged. The Danger Room was injected with alien technology from the Shi'ar race, turning it into more of a holodeck simulator than a fancy set of monkey bars.
Wow.
Unfortunately, the technology also happened to be alive. Xavier learnt the truth via his mental abilities, but decided not to inform the rest of the X-Men. Instead, he used the new and improved Danger Room as a personal training slave for his students. The room actually eventually rebelled, convincing a student to commit suicide and trapping the X-Men inside after learning all their weaknesses. A young mutant named Kitty Pryde eventually convinced Danger Room not to hurt anyone, and the room actually became an important X-Men ally after that. By, obviously, like my cousin said in the chat, Stockholm Syndrome.
See, this is why Thanos came to Earth, because big people like fucking Professor X coming out here doing all this. He was like, nah, you lot need to be silent. This is why. Thank Professor X for all of that madness. Mad thing.
Oh, he's got a huge case of the hubris, I'll tell you that.
Oh my days. My days. Right. And there's more.
Now, this is where we actually really get onto the creepiness.
Reviving Professor X.
It's not good. It's not good. It's not.
I found this one out because I think something else did a list on how crap Professor X is, and this is where I found this one out, and I was like, whoa.
And when you actually go back and read that page as well, it's like
cringe.
So Jean Grey called Jean Grey has caught the eye of many potential partners, most notably Scott Summers, aka Cyclops, and Logan, aka Wolverine. As those two X-Men have famously competed for Dr. Grey's affection in both the comics and the movie. However, when her character was first introduced back in 1963, comic writers included a strange panel in X-Men issue 3 that showed that a middle-aged Professor X was lusting over his new teenage pupil.
Wow.
Xavier would go on to mentor Grey personally. That's after, suppressing her mental abilities, as her powers are very closely in line with his own, and the comics never really mentioned that plot point again, thankfully. But
mad. Mad.
I remember reading the page, and it was something. I think he commented on, I don't know, Scott liking her or something like that, and he's like, "But I have feelings for her myself." I remember something like that on the page. I was like, it's not one of those pages where it's like a hint at it, like they blatantly came out and said it.
Yeah.
This man's into Jean Grey.
So-
He is into.
So I've just got it up. So this is it. But upon reaching the chamber, the X-Men suddenly stopped in their tracks.
Don't read it like that, it makes it creepy.
Respectfully, as they see. Be careful, my dear. I cannot tell what powers these mutants may possess. He may be a danger to you. Don't worry, sir. Remember how well you've trained us.
Oh, God.
This is him thinking. Don't worry, as though I could help worrying about the one I love. But I can never tell her. I have no right. Not while I'm the leader of the X-Men and confined to this wheelchair.
Guys, we're going to have to throw Professor X away. We're going to just swipe left.
And he's smoking a pipe as well while he's doing that.
Oh, ultimate cringe.
I remembered it. That was just
Ultimate cringe.
yeah, just cringy. Just cringy.
Yeah,
Ultimate cringe.
It's mad.
Ultimate cringe.
Next one.
And it's, yeah, I'll just because obviously my mind has gone into the darkest realms of like things. When you go to meet Professor X and like you have a one-to-one session with him, like he can probably just stop you.
Yeah.
You know, like when the woman was just like, he could do that shit with you and then he'd wipe your mind. Mad.
Madness.
Anyway, go ahead.
He murdered almost everyone. Has onslaught. So Magneto used his powers to violently yank out all the metal out of Wolverine's bones. That was a sick comic, by the way. If you haven't read it, pick that up. In response, Professor X used his powers to majorly mess with Magneto's brain, put him into a coma. Somehow a piece of Magneto's mind became stuck in Xavier's. The two mixed together to form Onslaught, which separates itself from Charles and builds himself a surrogate body. Onslaught attempts to take over the world. Almost every Marvel hero team comes in to stop him. The X-Men, Fantastic Four, the Avengers, all engage in an epic battle with Onslaught and his army of Sentinels. Most of the heroes end up dead, with most of the X-Men and Spider-Man managing to survive. Of course, since it's comic books, it was later revealed that they weren't really dead, just in another dimension. So yeah, he pretty much killed everyone.
Okay, so he absorbed somebody.
I am Onslaught.
He absorbed somebody. He basically did a Tony Stark, but in a different way. He absorbed his friend, and then his friend and him created a different consciousness that created a body, and then went into the world and went mad. So basically, what's his face from? Mad.
Onslaught, and he was an annoying boss in, what was it, Street Fighter vs.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Whatever game it was annoying.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
That's him causing me. I'm just saying, this is him causing me personal grief.
Personal trauma.
That's it.
I still got that quote in my head. No, my name is Favorite. I am Onslaught.
Oh my day. What's that song that was in the Avengers? No strings on me.
Yeah, it's that Pinocchio.
What's
song,
it?
isn't it?
Yeah. That's basically what it was, people.
Yeah.
We have Professor X to blame for all of these problems that the Avengers had to deal with. And last but not least.
I mean, okay, let's go. Like you said, we went back. We said he's supposed to be a decent guy. He's a guy with a vision. He doesn't like mutants being vilified. He doesn't like them being picked on. He created his team, his loving team, to help change humanity's mind, to accept mutants, to accept that people are different. We are different from you, but you've got to accept us. We are still human. We're better humans than you, but we are humans. So I'm only doing this for the betterment of mutant kind. So what I'm going to do, every night after I train my child soldiers, and the one I love,
oh, gross, cringe.
I'm going to create a handbook of how to kill them.
Wow. Wow. Just in case. You know.
Just in case. So,
like that's
yeah, he created a How to Kill the X-Men book, which it's called the Xavier Protocols. If
wow.
The protocols.
Wow.
I was surprised they called him the Xavier Accords.
Wow.
So the Xavier Protocols. When was this one? This was in. Well, so basically he's got everything in here. So he's got Cable. Measures take advantage of the techno-organic virus that occupies his telekinesis powers and letting the virus infect major organs. Note, after the purge of the virus from Cable's body, this particular strategy no longer applies. Aviation combination, Cannonball, Cyclops and Jean Grey.
Wow.
He's got Cyclops.
He's got bare schematics.
Yeah.
Of how to kill his own children. Yeah.
I think Comics Explained did a video on this as well, actually. That was a few years back, which was actually pretty decent. But yeah, I mean, he's got everybody in here. Every single person he's trained, he's come to contact with. Yeah, he is that C word. I'm afraid to say.
Yeah, but the joke is as well is like he's made this for whoever's gonna see it. You know, if Cyclops decides he doesn't want to buy an orange or something, like But then Professor X himself can kill every human being and mutant on the planet, like with just his thought. Like even I mean, like we, the Wolverine film with the girl in it. You know, I mean, when he was having his, dying or whatever he was doing, he's having seizures.
Yeah.
When he had seizures, Wolverine was here.
Oh yeah.
Who couldn't?
You're thinking recent. If we're talking going to the movies and forgetting about the comics for a second, because we know we can do it in the comics more, but we're talking about the movie. You're thinking in the most recent one. He did that from X-Men 2.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah,
the second where they had the made up Cerebro, and it's like kill all the mutants, and then he's wiping them out, and then he's like, no, kill all the humans. He's like, he can do it. He's been doing it. And with Cerebro, his movies, whatever. With Cerebro, he puts that on. If he felt like if he just had enough, if Charles Xavier had enough, he can go to Cerebro, wipe out everybody.
Yeah. But but then it makes you think of like how many times has he rebooted the human population? Like he could have like wiped everybody's memory and then rebooted everybody and been like, all right, let me just try this again. Reboot.
We wouldn't know because why would we know? He's Charles Xavier.
Yeah.
But hey,
still like this guy.
Do you know what? I don't really like him that much anymore, man.
When you're the next time you watch the 90s X-Men cartoon, and that's what I'm basing this on, you're going to be like, yeah, I love this guy. But based on the cartoon.
Just like...
Magneto's my guy now, man. Magneto is my guy.
Yeah, Magneto's always been the guy. Like, he does, obviously he does things the wrong way round, but he's the most honest. He's the most honest out of everything.
Any means, he's Malcolm X by any means necessary.
Yes, he is. Yes.
Down with Magneto.
Yes, definitely. Craziness.
So the Xavier Protocols was in X-Men Volume 2, issue 65, back in that was published in June of 1997, and that's the story of Bastion actually capturing the X-Men, basically using the Xavier Protocols. So.
Wow.
So the Xavier Protocols are a set of doomsday plans created by Charles Xavier to defeat the most powerful mutants if they become a threat to the world. Protocols were stored in an encrypted form in the Xavier Institute and in Moira McTaggart's Mutant Research Center on Muir Island. Each protocol is activated by the presence of a different combination of X-Men. Protocols were first used after Onslaught grew too powerful. Cerebro also tried to use the protocols against the X-Men, Colossus, Gambit, Marrow, Nightcrawler, Rogue, Shadowcat, Storm, and Wolverine, but was stopped by Charles Xavier.
Wow. And how much does Moira know? Because she's been around. How much does
Moira knows?
How much does she know?
Moira knows Xavier. Like she was the one who, when he got his X-Men team killed as well, because he actually stole those guys from her, and she was totally against it. And I'm pretty sure he did something to her to make her think that it's a good thing for them to do.
They're wiping memories.
Even in the cartoon, when we was watching the animated cartoon, she always had that attitude to him. Like, there was some. That's why I liked the cartoon so much. The voice acting and the whole kind of the acting was. Yeah. You can feel that there was some tension there. So yeah, she knows, man. She knows a lot. And with what's happening in the X-Men now, as in that she's lived many lives, I'm sure she knows exactly.
Mad. So our verdict, gentlemen, is Professor X a villain, an anti-hero, or a hero?
Professor Charles Xavier is the biggest predator in the Marvel universe. And you know what?
I think
kind of predator, he makes me sick because he said nothing's wrong. Like he's trying to. He is straight up villainy. He's villainy.
He is a villainy. He is villainy. In
fact, Saturday morning cartoon villainy.
He's more of a villain than Doctor Doom is. That's my version.
He is.
Boy, Doctor Doom's honest.
Doctor Doom's honest. Come on, Thanos is honest.
That's why I love Thanos. People were judging me. They were judging.
He's honest. At least, do you know, I like it where I know where I stand. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I just feel like with Magneto, I know where I stand. Thanos, I know where I stand. Doctor Doom, I know where I stand.
Yeah, Reed Richards,
Xavier's like one of those villains where you're like, ooh,
yeah.
I don't know if you're coming or going, if you're back and forth, if you decide to say, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So yeah, my verdict is a villain.
Yeah.
Okay. Rich.
He is a villain.
Villain, anti-hero, hero.
He is a villain. Could you really call him an anti-hero? Like. You can't.
No. What I will say, is through his lies, through his villainy, he has accomplished a lot of good.
But then it's like, is Batman an anti-hero or is Batman a
villain?
We're
not going into Batman right now.
We're not going to go into that.
We'll say Batman.
Okay. So you're saying villain.
I'm going to quote / paraphrase Dave Chappelle. See if I can get this right. Yeah, he rapes, but he saves when he rapes, and he saves more than he rapes.
Oh my day!
What the hell is that from?
The public service announcement is we here at the Source apologise for any unrest we have caused, but no, we're only talking about comic books. We love you and we appreciate your viewing.
It was from one of his stand-ups that he was talking about Bill Cosby, where he was saying, he's done a lot of bad.
Oh my days.
And through his bad, he's more good.
No.
So, no. I would like to thank Goliath.com. This is where we got all the most of the
info
from.
Yay!
And yeah, I mean, he is. He is. I don't know. What is he? I think he's like. He's a villain, but he's a
villain who thinks he's a hero, and those are the most dangerous. Yeah. Those are the most. Because he thinks he's doing good, but he's not. But he actually isn't.
He mind rapes and he saves, and he saves and he mind rapes. But he saves more
No, he doesn't.
Can I add one more thing before we move on to reviews? I'm wondering, actually, just thinking about this. Do we think that Jonathan Hickman has these notes, and do you think he would incorporate all this villainy into what he's writing in X-Men at the moment?
I think it's a huge possibility, because right now, even though I completely 100% agree with what X-Men are doing in terms of what the mutants are doing, even what they're doing is quite villainous.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah.
They learned it from Daddy. Go ahead.
I feel like it would be a dope, not twist. Would it be a twist? I suppose for us it wouldn't be a twist because we see it coming, potentially see it coming, but most won't. If it turns out that he was just trying to screw people over.
Yeah.
I think it'd be dope if Jonathan Hickman did that, to be honest.
Yeah.
I really do.
And that's one thing as well. Sorry, go on.
Go on. I don't know. I was going to say, I hope he has those kind of notes because, like, it then gives a deeper side to, like, that you can flush out for Professor X. Because people, like, they do little, sprinkles of his villainous.
Yeah.
Anti-hero villainous, like, everywhere. But they don't, like, really unearth it. So to really unearth it and be like, you know what I mean? And maybe have a crescendo of, like, I actually wanted to do this all the time. I was bored.
Yeah.
Maybe Professor X is just bored. You know what I mean? Like,
because really and truly, he has, like, even like reading comments about some people's talking about the way the X-Men is right at the moment with Jonathan Hickman. They're like, I'm reading a lot of the X-Men. They're not right. They're they're kind of doing villainous things, which they are kind of doing. But like just even going through what we just went through, it's like. They've always been like Professor X is the leader of the X-Men, and he has always constantly been doing this type of thing. So,
is it the X-Men or is it Professor X through the X-Men? So,
I think he's doing good. As in he is training kids to have this sort of mind to defend themselves. But yeah, it's because really and truly there are a lot of X-Men characters who you can say are heroes, who would be heroes. They don't take no BS from. They're not the X-Men are not like your Spider-Mans or your Captain Americas, your do-gooder types of heroes. They're your I'll kill you type of hero kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, in a sense, he has kind of done that and. But he is too much, man. He is too much.
Yeah.
I would really love it if, like you said, the crescendo at the end was Xavier has always been a villain in a sense.
Yeah.
Everyone's been fooled by him for
that'd be mad.
50 years,
That'd be mad. That'd be so good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing.
That was a lot.
That was.
I need a biscuit. Like.
Yeah. Xavier, man.
We'll quickly do a review. I don't have any reviews this week. Like I said,
me neither.
I've just been watching. Working and Clone Wars.
Yes.
But
that's all good.
Well,
Karen, yeah.
Real quick, just off of Isha's recommendation last week.
Oh yeah.
By tonight, I would have watched Beast Wars for the second time around. So I watched it, and it was so sick that I had to just the next day watch it again.
It's uncomfortably enjoyable.
It's too good.
It's so good.
It's touching. It's got everything. It has. There was a time recently where I thought I just didn't care about anime anymore. And my brother was like, "What up, bro? You're probably just tired of watching the same type of anime over and over." This Beastars is actually different from what the usual I was growing up watching, like the Dragon Balls, the One Piece, all the ones where it's kind of like got a character has like a goal or all shonen stuff. Beastars.
This is some adult shit. Sorry.
Beastars is great. the way I've described it to people, it's Zootropper in high school, but for adults.
That's so saying. There we go.
It's brilliant.
I love the characters. I love Haru. I love Legoshi, Louis, Bill. All the characters. Like I already know their names because I've watched it that many times already.
It's amazing.
It's so good. And when they fight, oh my days, when they fight,
that is so good.
And the thing is, when Legoshi fights, he actually fight. He is how I would imagine a wolf to fight if a wolf stood up on two legs.
Yeah,
which is weird. they got it how I would have got it.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was watching that.
Nice.
By tonight, I would have watched it twice. I'm probably gonna go for a third time because season 2 ain't gonna be up for a while. So I'm watching this a lot.
But it's in production. Well, after this thing, it's in production. It's coming. 2021 coming.
I've been trying to get folk to watch it.
Everybody watch Beastars. Rich.
Yeah, I'll try and watch Beastars. I'm going through Dragon Ball Super and Clone Wars at the moment. How many episodes is it?
You're going to be watching Dragon Ball for years.
No, I'm on episode 76, I think.
He's not halfway.
You're not even close yet.
I'm
put it on pause.
I think it's 10 I think we've got 10 episodes of Beastars. Yeah.
12 episodes. And the reason I know that, I got really sad when I realized I was on episode 10. I was like, oh, there's no more. And I was like, wait, 2 more. So it's
12 episodes.
I'll try it the weekend because, like I said, with Dragon Ball and Clone Wars, I've got it in the background as I'm doing stuff. So
working. Okay,
I don't want to watch
fine.
Beastars while I'm doing stuff
in the background.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I think that's why you should pay attention to it. It's
it's so good.
Does he love this girl? Does he want to eat this girl? I don't know.
It's so good. Oh my god, it's so good. It's just so good. Anyway, I can't wait for you to watch it. Definitely watch Beastars. It's amazing. Okay. So and I'm not attracted to a 6'3" wolf. It's fine. Leave me alone.
So just to give, if I'm going to give that 5 geeks out of 5 or whatever, I give it all the geeks.
Really?
Yay!
Nice.
Something that show did that made me think like I didn't like it. There was only one episode which was like clearly a filler episode, but it Isha, you know the one with the chicken girl.
Yeah.
that one was like.
But it was kind of funny.
It kind of comes out of nowhere, that episode, but at the same time you're like, this is so dope.
This is great. Rich, I can't wait for you to watch it.
I'll watch it.
Okay, cool. Right. So, reviews. Let's do this. Because Professor Rex.
So go
ahead.
I read Robin's 80th anniversary issue. Look, it's got all the Robins on the cover.
Oh, that's banging.
I'm just going to name the Robins if you don't know, just because I'm a geek like that. We have Dick Grayson, who was the original Robin, who turned Nightwing. We have Jason Todd, who was the Robin, who then became Red Hood. We have Tim Drake, who's the third Robin, who then became Red Robin, and then now he's Drake at the moment.
Okay.
We then have Stephanie Brown, who was Spoiler at first, and then became Robin, and then became Batgirl, and now she's Spoiler again. Then we have Carrie Kelly, who's like a future girl Robin, and we have Damian Wayne, who is the son of Batman, who becomes Batman at some point in the future. This comic, I haven't read all of it. I've only read a couple. I've read Dick Grayson, and I was really disappointed to see that Jason Todd only has one story, whatever, typical. But there was a couple stories with Dick Grayson. It basically shows his last outing out with Batman before he decides to go off on his own. And the way it looks like it's done really well because it's cool. The issue is cool. So just so you're clear, it's past issues put into one book.
Okay.
And this story was called A Little Nudge. And it's basically Robin and Batman, they go out on their last outing together. Well, they don't know it's their last. And then basically Dick Grayson is basically not taking orders from Batman because Batman's giving him these really harsh orders. Like this little kid got shot. And Robin decided to stay with him. And Batman's like, no, we got to go chase the villains. And Robin's like, look, I'm staying. By the end of it.
Villain or anti-hero, we come into that. Go ahead.
Well, see, this is the thing. It was called A Little Nudge, and spoilers, the reason it was called that is because when they had their little talk, Robin decides he's going to leave. He says he's outgrown the green shorts, so he's leaving.
Right.
In that conversation, Robin's like, do you even know what day it is? And then when he leaves, Batman says he starts monologuing, I knew what day it was. It's your 18th birthday. And I knew a while ago that you had outgrown being Robin, so that's why I had to give you a little nudge by giving you these crazy rules all of a sudden and saying that you had to leave the kid, because I knew it's the only way to, if I didn't get you to leave, I knew you would stay, if that makes sense. So that was a touching issue. And then they had another one with Dick Grayson with the Teen Titans, which was good. And then they had the one that I liked, which is the last one I read, was with the Red Hood. He's running on rooftops trying to find the Batmobile.
Okay.
And then it has a flash. Then it had a flashback of when it was like Batman's birthday, and Jason Todd gave Batman Thomas Wayne's watch.
Oh, okay.
Jason Todd had fixed it. Jason Todd had fixed it, but he said, "You know what? How about I hold on to it until I fix it properly?"
Yeah.
So Batman's like, "Okay, when you fixed it, give it back." So then you see the Red Hood running on rooftops, and he finds the Batmobile. Yeah. And he leaves a box. He leaves a box on the hood of the Batmobile, and then you see Batman open it later, and he's like, "Thanks, Jason." And then that's how
nice.
That's cute.
It sounds good, man.
Rest, but it is really good. I would definitely recommend getting this because it's going to have stories that we haven't seen in years as well. Some artwork is like, look at this artwork. This is blatantly like 90s artwork. If you can see that.
Yeah. Oh, nice, pretty pictures.
I actually miss when Batman used to look like that as well. Like kind of comic. So I haven't read it, but so far I'm going to give it 3.5 weeks. It might be more once I finish it, but I really like the Dick Grayson storyline and anyway, Asthma Pump and the Jason Todd one. Next up on the book is Tim Drake, who was the Robin when I was a teenager. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Sweet.
That's my review. Robin 8th anniversary.
Nice.
And everyone out there, he's not just a sidekick. He is a very pivotal character in the DC.
He definitely is.
Don't disrespect Robin like that.
Dagnamit. Put some respect on his name.
Disrespect Robin. You just don't know comics. That's it.
Okay.
There you go. Right.
Okay.
Sidekick to the end.
Sidekick to the end. Cool. Did you have a
pull list?
Yeah, pull list. Okay.
Yeah, pull list. I ain't got no reviews. I ain't reviewed nothing yet. Yeah. So I've just been on Netflix, but there's nothing on Netflix right now. So
except for Beastars.
Beastars. Watch Beastars. Oh my god. Go ahead.
Okay, so the first one on the list, we've got Hellions issue 1 with Zeb Wells, Steven Segovia, and this one's obviously a Marvel book. Bad is the new good. So that to Charles Xavier. When Krakoa opened the doors to all mutants and forgave all past crimes, they might have known they'd have to accept some of their worst foes into the fold, but they didn't plan for what to do with them. Not to worry. Mr. Sinister knows what to do with the troublemakers. Meet his new... Oh
my god, I love Sinister.
Meet his new Hellions. Scout Hunter, Wild Child, Empath, Nanny, Orphan Maker, Psylocke and Havoc. Under Sinister's direction, they are sure to become productive members of mutant society. So
that sounds bad.
Yeah.
Psylocke and Havoc there.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, who the hell is Scout Hunter and why does my head itch?
It should be interesting. I think I might read it. I saw a preview where because basically they got the rule that they can't kill anyone. And in the preview, it looks like Havoc may have just broke a certain law.
Come on, Alex. Get it together, Alex.
Oh dear.
Next one is Red Hood Outlaw, issue 44.
Ooh.
That's my pop, but let's see if I can do this. Okay. When tracking down an ancient evil that can hide in anyone, Red Hood and his outlaws have his... Oh, see, I've messed up already. Have to surreptitiously sniff out their enemy by similarly hiding in plain sight. Are you ready for the outlaws to go undercover? The Untitled are unlike any foe they've ever faced, so if the outlaws are going to win, they're going to need to improvise. Issue 44. by DC Comics. I'm gonna have to binge read that while we're going through this whole quarantine thing, because man, I am behind on that.
I'm quite behind.
No, we got time now, so it's all right.
I'm just gonna interject. Sean's asking what's the book called again? I'm not sure what book you're talking about in the chat. Your last message was Xavier and Batman must be swapping notes. I think this was about the kill list. If you're talking about
probably,
if you're talking about Batman's one, that one was the Tower of Babel.
Or Babel, yeah. The animated movie, if you don't want to read it, was Justice League Doom.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm just trying to find the Xavier protocols. I had it on here, but I closed the windows.
Don't close the window, man.
This was Excalibur issue 100 in 1996, and then it is also on 2 other books as well. X-Men Volume 2 issue 65, and Cable Volume 1 issue 46 as well.
There we go.
If that's what you're talking about, let me know before we finish. We nearly finished. We've got 3 more books to go. So
thank you for sticking with us. We appreciate you.
Yeah, boy. Next one is X-Men issue 9. Jonathan Hickman and Lainey Francis Yao. The New Mutants are back from space, and they've brought intergalactic trouble with them. The Brood, the Shi'ar, the Starjammers, the Imperial Guard.
Wow.
Yeah, they're bringing.
I just X-Men just be upsetting everybody. Yeah. It's Professor X's fault, but it's their spotting. Like, oh dear.
All right, next.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Sorry, like I said, I'm sticking with X-Men. It's always on my pull list. So, yeah.
If you don't like it.
If you guys have pull lists that you want to let us, or that you think that we should be looking at, hit us up on Twitter, hit us up on Instagram, on Facebook, or even write us a comment. After you've liked and subscribed our video, just hit us a comment like a couple of people have been doing lately. But yeah, just hit us what your recommendations, and we might even put that on. Really.
You know what? I have an idea. They know what we're gonna put up. They know what we're gonna put up next week. How about we take a break from our pool list and we pick
your pool list
2 to 3 random.
Yeah, I am game for that. I am game.
We pick 2 to 3 random comics from different companies. So we've got Valiant, we got Boom, and we got Image. Whatever sounds interesting, and we'll just throw them on the pool list and we'll read those out. Yeah. And then maybe you guys out there will find something new that you like, or something that you're reading and can be like, yeah, you put that on the pool list, and then the week after that we'll just go back to putting on X-Men.
Damn it. Yay! I like that idea. Let's do that. We're doing that. That's the boom.
Big up to Mr. Morris on YouTube as well, actually.
Yay! Mr. Morris!
Yeah, big up. Always commenting and liking our videos. So, yeah.
It's cool, man.
Nice. Jessica Jones, Blind Spot, issue 6.
Ooh.
Right then. Jessica Jones. In the aftermath of a brutal investigation, Jessica Jones reunites with her family for a much-needed break. Since Jessica Jones and Luke Cage got married, there's been nothing they couldn't handle together. But that's about to change. Parental advisory. So, when the last run that I was reading of Jessica Jones ended, there was like a little preview of a comic to say Jessica Jones coming in this time by this artist and writer. And I've been waiting ages, and then I finally saw this on the pull list, and I was like, wait a minute, why wasn't this comic promoted? This is issue 6 of 6.
Yeah.
What's going on? I know about it. So I'm gonna have to get the graphic novel.
Yeah.
But I thought I'll just let you guys out there know, hey, Jessica Jones has comics again, apparently.
Yeah. She's married to Luke Cage. Hey, let's go.
She's married to Luke Cage. Like, damn. So yeah, you guys, you look as shocked as I am. I don't know. it.
They've got a kid now, innit?
What's the kid called?
Danny Cage.
I'm not sure if her name is Danny Cage or Danny Jones.
Danielle
I'm not sure
Cage.
on the last name. Danielle. She's named after Danny Rand. I've got 1, 2, 3 Jessica Jones Marvel Legends, and I didn't know.
3.
I've got all of Alias. Yeah, I've got 2. Yeah, I've got 3.
Okay.
Yes, I got 2. Technically, one of them is Jewel, like her superhero identity. TV show. One's wearing like the jacket, and the other one's wearing the vest.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I've got all her comics by Brian Michael Bendis, and I didn't know that she had a new comic out. What? Yeah.
Come on, people.
Next on the list, Canto. Who's reading Canto?
Canto! You know I love an obscure, weird thing, so there's always going to be an obscure, weird thing on the pool list.
Yep.
Okay. Canto, if I only had a heart. Enslaved for generations, Canto's people once had hearts. Now they have clocks. They are forbidden to love. Yet Canto loves a little tin girl. I'm assuming Canto's a little tin boy too. When slaves damage her clock beyond repair, Canto embarks on an incredible journey through his strange and fantastic world to bring back her heart. Hailed as a truly entertaining and striking modern fairy tale, and a beautiful and heartfelt story about love and heroism. Canto is an all-ages adventures of past and present generations alike. To me, it's for past and present generations alike. There we go.
Nice.
Little Canto.
I feel like I want to watch it on Netflix.
I know, right?
Just sounded like that. Like, yeah, I'll watch that later.
I'll watch that on Netflix. Yeah, I'll watch that on Netflix. Yeah. But yeah, that's about it, little Canto.
It, everybody, that is the pool list. That's everything on Charles Xavier and his fuckery. That's news. That is the Source Wall.
Giant size issue of the Source Wall.
Giant size issue of the Source Wall, yes.
Oh, you got packed, filled with sauce.
Yep.
There we go. And if you ever miss us, just go back. We've got 80 other episodes.
Yep.
That you can go, and then can I just look? Can we have a little fashion show here? Yeah, because my boys right now are repping the Source Wall merch. Yeah, Source Wall, 7:30ish every Wednesday. Yeah. How is the quality, Kieran? How's the quality, Rich? Are you just feeling all nice and saucy?
Quality is good, and you know it fits your arms nicely, and it's got good material.
Men are feeling like one right now. They're feeling this. See that? You see that? They feel good. When a man turns to the side and does the arm thing, he feels good in the shirt. Okay? Get yourself a t-shirt, a hoodie, a scarf, some socks, a cup, whatever. At Teesprings, TEE Springs, DA, Source Wall. Okay? We can fling a code up on there, a quarantine code just for you lot. Give you maybe like 10% off because everybody is struggling. Okay, even us.
Well, you can get a 20% off. Yeah, I can't actually. It's the Source 20, I think it is.
The Source 20. There we go. Look, we're giving you 20% off some merch. We don't know when the merch is coming to you because mail is a bit slow. But if I've ordered
a hoodie for myself today, actually. So I'll let you know. It's being made right now. So.
Okay.
Come pretty soon, hopefully.
All right. We'll let you know.
We'll see. I'm sure it will come pretty soon.
Yes. But thank you for joining us here at the Source Wall. We had so much fun. Oh my God. And unlike other podcasts, we have been doing this remote thing for a minute. So we got you. Every Wednesday, 7:30ish. Twitter, Insta, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, SoundCloud, iTunes. We got it. But you know why? Because we're the ish. We are the Source Wall. One represents all. We're the Source Wall. And
don't forget to bring a sandwich
with the crust.
Laters, guys. Next week we got something special for you again because there's no news. Everyone's all quarantined. So come back and see us next week.
We're winging it. There you go.